Welcome back to Tales of a Latina, a space where we talk about culture, resilience, relationships, and the journey that shaped the people behind the spotlight. Because every person we sit down with carries a story that started way long before we even knew their name. And today's guest, his story begins in West New York, New Jersey, a neighborhood filled with immigrant hustle, Dominican barbershops, bodegas on every corner, loud music through apartment windows, and the kind of community where everybody knows your mother before they know you. So from those streets to hip-hop studios with some of the culture's most respected voices, from long nights chasing music dreams to crossing the finish line of the New York City Marathon. This is Mesa. Today we're sitting down with someone whose story really reflects what his show is all about: growth, identity, culture, and evolution. Our guest is a West New York native who carved his lane in hip-hop, collaborating with respected artists like Jadakiss and Benny the Butcher, proving that his pen belongs in serious conversations. But his journey goes way beyond music. He also is an entrepreneur, a marathon runner, and someone who's lived parts of his life in the public eye through reality TV. And while people may know the brand, Mr. 100 Summers, today we are going to learn who Mesa is. Everyone, welcome Mesa to Tales of a Latina.
Thank you.
Yes, clap it up. Clap it up. Long overdue.
Yes.
You are a Hudson County resident,
That's
like
a
me.
fact, yeah.
So I always start the show at the very beginning. What was baby Mesa like?
Baby Mesa? Like what age?
When you were born.
When I was born?
Like, you were born in West New York.
I was born in Miami, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I was born in Miami, actually.
You're Cuban.
I'm Cuban, yeah. I was born in Miami. I was the first one to be born here, like out of my sisters.
So everybody
came from Cuba. It was during that time period. I think I was in Florida for months, like maybe 6-7 months. Then we moved to Jersey, to West New York.
Okay, and so what was that like? What was your childhood growing up in West New York?
You know, it was, I remember back in the day, the bars in the corner. It's just like, you know, I remember having store credit across the street. My mom would send me to the across the street to the bodega, and like maybe we needed something to make picadillo or whatever it is she was cooking, and she would make me go grab stuff. The guy would put it in a booklet, and my mom would cash him out at the end of the week. You know what I mean? I remember slices was like $1.10. You know, I remember all that stuff. That's kind of what Baby Mesa was like. It's like that Italian, because West New York was prominently Italian. So it was like when the Cubans came in, the Italians didn't really mess with anybody, but for some reason they let the Cubans in. You know what I mean? Into that neighborhood, and then it grew to be more. So it was like I want to say, my childhood was real like mafia. Like even my mayor Delfino, he was like a big Italian guy, and like we didn't know corruption was going around in West New York because we were kids, but I do remember that, when the corruption was going around, like, there was the rec center, you had Christmas parties, they was giving away
gifts, money.
It
was lit.
Yeah, they made it lit, so that's what I remember.
They were way more generous back in the day. Okay, so what was like? What kind of kid were you though? Were you a bad kid? Were you a good kid? Did you follow?
I wouldn't say I was a bad kid, but my father died when I was 4 years old, so I didn't really have no guidance. So it was just my mother raising me.
Was she strict with you?
I wouldn't say my mom was strict. I wouldn't say she was strict, no.
But did she have because Latin moms, we be like on it. Did you have a lot of freedom?
She was on it, but the thing is like my mom was from another world. She was from Cuba. And me, I was from this world. So there was a big gap in between us as far as her trying to teach me whatever it is she was going to teach me, which she did to her best of abilities. It's like, I'm a great cook. I'm
providing food, shelter.
OCD clean.
Yeah.
I'm super organized. All those things that those Spanish women that have those traits, I have those traits as a man. Like I'm overly clean. But as far as everything else, I had to teach myself, so
So you taught yourself how to cook, or your mom?
No, my mom taught me. My mom, my grandmother, my aunts, they taught me how to cook, taught me how to be clean, keep my hygiene. All that stuff was a big deal in my house, you know?
So you didn't have a dad. Your dad passed away at 4. Rest in peace.
Yes.
So your mom was a single mom, and do you have siblings? Well, yeah, you did. You're the.
I got sisters.
You got sisters. So you got all sisters. You're the only boy. So you were probably spoiled growing up a little bit.
I mean,
not spoiled but like.
I wish I was. You know, it was just I grew up in a lot of chaos. You know what I mean? So it was. I didn't have the ideal upbringing you would think I would have. You know, with like my sisters were all different. They were spread out. You know, you gotta understand the struggle from leaving Cuba was a nightmare. You know, one stayed in Mexico, the other one lives in Italy, and then and then my one sister, she came with my aunt, my mom, and my father. My grandfather died in Spain on the way over here. You know, my uncle got here first. He was the one that started bringing everybody in. He passed away. Then my dad passed away, so it's just kind of left all females to take care of the job. My grandmother was blind, so it was kind of like chaotic. We would sometimes be in my grandmother's house. It would be like, and I think about it now, and it's crazy because you don't know because you're a kid, right? But we was in a 1-bedroom apartment, right?
Yeah.
Me, my sister, my 2 cousins, my grandmother who's blind, and my aunt, right? And me and my cousin will sleep on the floor, mad blankets, like layered up blankets. My sister and my other cousin Yasi, she'll sleep on the bed with my grandmother. But to us, we have no idea. We in a 1-bedroom apartment. It was the most funnest time I had in my life. You know what I mean?
Because everybody's together. I grew up like that too. With my grandmother, it was me, my grandmother, my uncle with his kids, me, my mom, and my brother lived in one apartment. It was a 2-bedroom apartment, but it was still like crunch because every time family would come, we were the place that they would come and sleep.
Yeah.
So I really relate to that. So you grew up in West New York. You have all these like experiences. Like, what do you think what's the one thing that your mom taught you that you still like keep with you till this day? What kind of discipline? Like, was she very disciplined? Well, you said she wasn't too strict.
I wouldn't say she wasn't disciplined. I mean, what I learned from her, probably just how to cook and clean and just be clean.
So all right. So now, so you basically taught yourself everything.
For the most part, yeah. But I mean, those basic needs was like they'll leave me at the house myself. I was like 7, 8 years old. I was already cooking for myself. My mom would leave the rice like in the water where I just had to clean it. Or she'll leave the breaded chicken already breaded with the oil in the pan. I just got to put it out, heat it up, throw the chicken in the pan.
What was your favorite meal growing up?
Probably breaded chicken because it was the easiest thing for me to make. You know what I mean? And the rice was easy for me to make too.
White rice and breaded chicken goes hard.
I just had to fry it. That's it.
Yeah.
You know?
So, as a kid growing up in West New York, were you very athletic? Were you into sports?
We played sports outside. Like I played sports.
You weren't on a team.
I played. I ran track in high school. I played a little baseball. Little league and stuff like that, and some in high school, and then a little basketball. But my life was so chaotic that I didn't even have the structure to play sports. You know what I mean? My life was crazy. You know what I mean? It was just.
Were you in the streets?
By the time I was like 16, 15, yeah, that's it. Like I was outside completely. Yeah.
Yeah. What are some of the things that you like learned living in, like not living in the streets, but like, now you're outside, you're 16, you're 17, you can make your own decisions. What did that lead you to? Were you ever arrested?
Yeah, of course I got arrested a couple times, for dumb shit, dumb shit.
Do you feel like growing up in West New York, not saying
you're prone to it, when you, at least in the era that I grew up in, it was outside, Then you don't have a dad, and then you don't have money to buy sneakers, get a haircut. All your friends are getting haircuts, they're getting clothes. You know what I mean? You 14, 13, 15, you can't get a job, So you're going to start doing shit,
Yeah.
It's just.
And so now so when did you start getting into music?
Oh, since young. That's the one thing I've been doing since I was, 10, 11, 12, yeah. My sister did music. That's where I got the music from.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she in Cuba, she was a singer.
My sister came over here, and when she came over here, I think my dad had her in piano lessons, so I would always see her playing the piano. And then my sister in Memorial, she would do like art, like shows, like The King and I and stuff like that in Memorial. So when I was as a youngin, I would go, like I would see my aunt, my grandmother, my mom, everybody to go watch my sister at these shows, and my sister would be singing and stuff like that. So she was the first person I seen that I was like, yo, that's ill, like, you know.
So she inspired you.
Yeah, I always say that.
Does she still sing now?
You know, she just did a show not too long ago where like a intimate one of her and her friends. She has a real supportive group of like friends, but she don't sing professionally. But you know, it's still like she'll pick it up every now and then.
She loves the
yeah,
craft.
she loves the music. Yeah.
And she is that the one in Italy?
Oh, that's my sister here in Jersey.
In Jersey.
Yeah.
Does she go to your shows? Does she support your music?
Oh, my sister loves my music, yeah, yo. But she be stuck on like one CD that came out like, I don't know, like 9 years ago, and it's just like
you got a lot of music.
Yeah.
Cause I was like, whoa, I listened to your most recent one, most recent album that you came out with in 2025. And I was like, but then I started like looking at the catalog, and I'm like, oh, he got a whole catalog.
Yeah,
of
I got
music.
like 11 albums.
I love it.
Yeah, thank you.
Very creative. I love your your vibe is very like, I don't know how to describe it because I'm not like a musician or anything, but it's like very chill. Yeah. But you still talking your shit. Mm-hmm. So was there ever a moment in your childhood where you realized that like you wanted more than what your neighborhood expected of you?
I always knew that from the jump. I had ambition from the jump. That's why I got out there and got in trouble or whatever, because I was always doing shit, you know?
So every artist has a moment where music stops being something that they listen to and it starts something that they live. What moment was that for you?
Like music is something that they listen.
Like you know, we listen to music. I listen to music, but I don't live. I'm not an artist. I don't do music. Like, when did you realize
when did it transition to reality?
Yeah. For you.
Probably like after 2020, I really started getting some big breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you've done like even before that.
Yeah, before that I feel that's the foundation of what got me to it, but. You know, once I think my big turning point was once Kiss gave me the cosign and I did the song with him.
That's a huge cosign too. So was he somebody that you were influenced? Is he older or younger than you? I don't even know.
He's older. Yeah, he's older.
So were you influenced by him like growing up? Like, was he somebody that you used to look up to? Was he? I mean, he's your top 5.
Yeah, I still do. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be surreal. I mean, it's like my childhood. One of my childhood heroes. You know what I mean?
I know. My son loves his music.
Yeah, so.
And so what would you say, like, shaped your sound, like, as an artist? I know you said that 2020.
I feel like my sound, I just stay true to myself. That's why you can't really, like, pinpoint my style with anybody. But, like, he has his own thing, and I stay in it. I don't try to, like, if drills was popping, I don't go try to do drill, like, I leave everybody in their lane. I feel like I got my own lane, and I've always been like that, you know. In our town, you know, a lot of people started off doing hip hop, like English hip hop, and you know, since we're considered Spanish, even though like I'm Cuban. Cuban is the same thing as black, and it comes from the same.
Talk about it.
Comes from the same thing.
Yeah.
But a lot of people switched to do Spanish music, you know, and I don't think they had a good turnout with that decision. And I feel like we didn't in West New York, even though our culture was predominantly Hispanic. When we came outside, we didn't speak Spanish, but we wasn't talking Spanish. We was talking English. We was listening to
hip hop.
We was listening to Kiss. We was listening to Hov. We was just listening to Pac, Biggie, 50. You know, so when I saw like a lot of the artists from our area like switch to Spanish, you know, I felt like it was more for a desperation move for like a money to try to turn the outcome into money. And there was nobody really in our area that really broke through the hip hop scene, like broke through the industry, like to really be next to these people, more than just doing a song, like be able to do business with these guys, close contracts with these guys, travel with these guys, you know what I mean? Share credentials with these guys when we're doing stuff. So it's deeper than rap, it's deeper than just doing the song. Like for me, it's transcended now with all the colleagues that I've been working with in the industry, and I'm glad I just stuck to not switching to Spanish. And I'm not saying I won't do Spanish, because I probably will.
But you could rap in English over a Spanish beat.
That's a fact. I could still do that, and I want to represent for the Spanish people, for the Spanish rappers. Like, we haven't had a Spanish rapper since like Big Pun that was like really,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, respected. Like, Big Pun ain't had to switch to rap in Spanish to be respected as a Hispanic. You know?
No, he didn't. Yeah, we loved Big Pun. So, and I talk about me and my son speak about this all the time, because I'm always trying to guide him in his journey.
God bless him.
And he's 19. He's turning 19 this month, and I'm always like, you should do a Spanish song. You should do a reggaeton beat. But he's not. That's not what.
Yeah, don't force him.
Yeah,
You gotta go. He gotta go with what's. And look, for me, it might have taken me longer. It might have whatever, but
Everything is on God's time, though. It's not on the time that people want or what you want. It's on God's time. So hip hop and Latino neighborhoods are deeply connected, like we just said. Did growing up in a Latino community influence your? Well, we just said that you're more influenced by hip hop, but you've not. So, like, when you listen to music, you're not influenced a little bit to make a little Latin beat.
I listen to Latin music all day long.
You know how to dance salsa?
Yes. And that's the thing. I listen to more Spanish music than I listen to hip hop right now, currently. Like, right now, automatically, I'm listening to, like, at least 4 or 5 times a week, I'm listening to Luis Miguel, but like all day long.
Oh, you listening to the papi chulo music?
Yeah.
That's Luis Miguel is.
Yeah, like that's
classic.
That's all day for me. Like, his catalog is unmatched.
When you write your music, are you writing as Mesa the man or the character that people think you are?
No, I just write about, what I'm experiencing,
What is the difference between Mesa the man and Mr. 100 Summers, and where did that name come from?
100 Summers came from me just always, since I had always ties in Florida, and we would be in West New York, and then I would make it a thing where I would go to Florida in the wintertime and come back with a tan. And people would be like, yo, this nigga always got a tan in the wintertime. And I would always flex that because, if you didn't have that Cuban Florida, like, you can just dip to Florida real quick and come back, right?
That's a different culture. I know a lot of Cubans, like, they have a place in Florida and then they got a place up here.
Yeah,
like,
so, and then just in general, like, man, 100 Summers is really, you don't even get that in life if you're lucky, So I just, 100 Summers, I want to be able to live for 100 summers, healthy, strong, even as an older man,
Yeah. So you've been in rooms where most independent artists dream about being. What was it like working with Benny the Butcher and Jadakiss? And like, so you worked with Jadakiss first. That was the first co-sign. And then it trickled down to working with other people, or were you?
From Jadakiss, after Jadakiss, I did a song with Rick Ross. Yeah.
That's huge.
That was, yeah. So I went a little. I wanted somebody in the South, but somebody that rapped. So Ross raps.
And he's from Florida.
He's from Florida, yeah.
And how did you guys meet?
So seven degrees of separation. Everybody you want to know is within 7 people you already know. So I hit up the owner of Hardin, which is a dispensary that I was doing brand ambassador work for, and I told him I was trying to get in contact with Ross, and I had I have a good relationship with him. And he put me right in the chat with Ross's manager.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so dope. And what about Jadakiss?
His Biscuit put me on to Jadakiss.
I love His Biscuit.
Yeah.
Shout out to His Biscuit. He supports the brand.
That's my brother.
Yeah. Okay. So would you say that in this business is all about who you know? Or is it money talks?
No, I think I worked hard enough to be taken serious to be introduced, Right. Because Biscuit found me in Jersey, and I was just bombing from West New York. Like, I was just bombing, like dropping, just doing everything. But I was just deep into the craft. I wasn't really outside mingling. Biscuit came to Jersey. He drove from Long Island. He came to the studio, and boom, I showed him everything I was doing. He said, yo, bro. He said, you got to come outside with me, bro. He's like,
he needs you outside.
Yeah, so he took me. He really changed my perspective on
networking.
Yeah.
My son, I keep bringing up my son because honestly, he's an artist like you. He's a producer, but he is a homebody.
Yeah.
Is that
no? You gotta.
He don't want
Now I thrive off of being outside. Like I thrive off of just being on the road, like 30 days, going here, going there, because that's when you're really growing. We're not gonna. There's no growth in Hudson County. I hate to say it. I hate to say it, man.
But
we don't outgrew everybody.
Yeah.
In order for us to grow even more, the world is waiting for you. There's people that.
True.
There's people that, like, for example, I went to go do some content in Vegas like 2 weeks ago, and I'm at this. They give me the store credit to shop at the store called Culture Kings, you know. So I'm shopping. I'm looking at clothes. My cameraman's there with me. There are some girls from Mississippi who had seen me on Love and Hip Hop. It was like 7 of them, right? They all lined up. Oh my God, can we take a picture with you? Boom, boom. But again, if I would have never been outside, if I would have never put myself in motion, if I would have never said, yeah, let me do this content, I would have never known that them girls from Mississippi knew who the hell I was.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So, like, the more and more I be outside, the more and more I realize that you gotta, it's a delicate balance, right? Because it's a tough lifestyle. You gotta take care of home, make sure the bills are paid at home, and then you gotta go live another life on the road, right? That's basically, it's like 2 lives.
Yeah.
You're paying. Sometimes you gotta. They're not covering the hotel. You gotta pay for the hotel.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not cheap with my career. So a lot of people be like, a lot of people say no to opportunities. They'll stay in the town. They stay in Jersey, New York. They won't leave because a venue will be like, yo, look, I got $2,500 for you, but I can't cover your travel. You know what I mean? And people won't put up and try to cover the travel.
Make that small investment for that bigger return.
Every door you say no to is like 1,000 possibilities that you just deaded right there by saying no. You know what I mean? So I try to, you know, just keep pushing forward. You have to keep knocking the doors down.
So I want to go back to something you said about shit, I always do this because you be talking and I'm like, I want to get back to that. But we did. I want to talk about what was it like working with somebody like Benny the Butcher, because his pen game is sick.
That's my guy.
So how did y'all become friends? Because I see you bringing him around our hood, and I'm like,
you like that, right?
I'm like, oh shit.
I take pride in that. I take pride in that.
I do. I love that. I love that.
I make all these celebrities come to West New York, like,
and really put on for your town. Yeah. That's very important to you, I see.
Well, yeah, because I want the other kids and the young kids, not necessarily our age group, because our age group is full of haters, but the younger generation, I want them to see that, yo, it's possible. You could be from here and still, you know.
And so in West New York, what did success look like for you? Like, who were the people that you saw that were successful and you were like, I want to do that?
Well, you know, at first it was the drug dealers, and that's whack to me now. That I can't even believe that I looked at that like it was something cool. The only thing I take out of hustling is that I could hustle anything. I could sell water to a whale, right? And I love that part.
You really can though. I be like, yo, he's marketing the shit out of this. I be like, okay.
Like I'm a fucking hustler, yo. Yeah. Like I find angles and I just hustle. But ultimately, my first thing that I looked up to were the guys that were outside, you know, selling coke or selling drugs, and I wanted to be like them. And then, you know, I grew up now. I'm just like,
did you ever? Were you ever in that lifestyle?
I did in the beginning. Yeah, in the beginning. Yeah. I mean, you know, everybody
did.
Everybody.
I didn't, but everyone did.
Yeah, you know, everybody did. But
But okay, so do you have aside from music, do you do something else?
Girl, I do so many things.
I feel like, we're just.
I got my hands in like so many bags.
So many businesses.
Yeah, and I help a lot, and I basically low key manage a lot of artists. But you just don't know about it because I don't announce it.
I love that though. Yeah. And I'm glad we're gonna talk after the show because we might need you to manage some people over here, but because.
And I think that's why they keep me around even more, because I don't be trying to like announce it, you know, like.
Yeah.
I think once you get past the oh my God, I'm with this person, and you see that it's just you stabilize the normality out of it, and then it's just you just try to make moves with them, man.
Do you ever feel pressure to prove yourself to people?
Not anymore, no.
But you did in the past.
In the past, yeah, I wanted to get to this level, you know. Now man, I passed everybody in my town, you know, at least in West New York alone, you know.
No, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that's really I don't know any, like you said, like no one's really put on for West New York or Hudson County like that. I mean, we got a few people from like Newark.
You got Albee in Jersey City. You got
Yeah.
Fetty in Patterson. You got
But not Hudson County. Well, Jersey City is
Jersey
Hudson.
City. Jersey City's Hudson County. You got Shake 00 Shake 070 Shake. I think her name is. She's from North Bergen.
Oh, I don't know her.
Yeah.
I gotta know her.
Yeah, she
Come on the show, sis. No.
she works with Kanye. You got a couple people that
You know, I grew up in Hudson County, but I was very a New York. I always say I'm a Jersey girl living a New York City lifestyle. Because I lived right across. My first job at 17 was in New York City at Broadway
I think
City.
you had told me. I think you had told me.
Yeah, like I am very much a Jersey girl living a New York City lifestyle. So I didn't really get to build connections and network in Jersey the way I wish. But I also always felt like Jersey didn't really fuck with me.
I feel like there's not much. What is there to really network in Jersey? I think the people that are lit now in Jersey, they connect with each other. But other than that, is there anywhere in Jersey that we got to stop at and do something, you think?
No.
You know what I mean?
But that makes me sad.
It don't make me sad.
Why?
Because the world is so big, man. And we over here stressing about Jersey, and then
You know
fucking
what?
in
You're
Japan,
right. You're
they
right.
fucking 100 people waiting for you like
You're
this.
right.
No! Hugs and kisses.
I know.
I don't want to deal with no bad looks, no sour energy, no
What's
jealousy.
your favorite city to travel to? Or
Right.
favorite country? Where the ladies go crazy for you. First of all, I saw your little close stories. We're going to get into that until after dark. But yeah, what's your favorite city?
I'm a West Coast guy for real.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You like LA?
I like.
Or Vegas?
I mean, that's
I like
still
Vegas
considered.
more.
It's still considered the West, really.
Yeah, but I don't see with LA, my issue with Los Angeles is that I feel like it's not authentic. But I don't know if I'm not going to the right area.
Well, I'm mostly with the Mexican culture when I go to the West Coast.
Okay, yeah, I've never been around that culture.
The best.
Yeah.
They're the best.
So
Nobody can tell me anything bad about Mexican people.
No, I love my Mexican.
I love their culture.
my-
I was just in Cali for 30 days. Because California's so big, you got to take the time to go over there and stay over there and take the time to really go experience every part. Malibu.
That's expensive. That's expensive. 30 days in Cali. I was there for 5 days and I landed in the hospital. I was over it.
For real?
Yeah, because I had to go there to film a movie, Secret Love Triangle on Lifetime.
Okay, yeah.
And I was there to just film. I was only supposed to be there 3 days, but I ended up staying 5 days because I got sick. The weed in California is crazy, and I got really sick, and that was expensive. That hospital bill. And then I was just like, California, I don't know if this for me, because in Jersey, this bill would have been paid for. So that
What part of Cali did you go to?
What part was it, Isha? Koreatown.
You see, I don't know, man. Like, I did Santa Monica.
I'm going to Cali with you next time. You gonna take me as a tourist?
Yeah, like you gotta go to Malibu, you gotta go to Calabasas. I went to San Diego.
I've been to not Calabasas, Burbank. That might not be fun. Sorry.
Burbank, I like that airport. It's small. You get to land you get to get out the plane right on the tarmac.
Yeah. Yeah, I went there to visit a friend. This was like in 2016. That was a vibe. I guess if you know people and you're going with like an itinerary, it could be fun.
I did go with an itinerary into your defense. It was the Grammys, it was Super Bowl, and it was All-Star Week. So,
you had a whole.
Yeah.
You had
it
a
was
whole
back to back weeks.
So okay, now we're going to get into the industry realities, okay? What's a big misconception about underground rap? Do you consider yourself an underground rapper?
Not really, no.
No, right?
No.
So what do you think is a misconception about music or being a rapper, or being in this industry, period?
Man, I think being a rapper right now is tough to be a rapper right now. I'm kind of glad I got all that work done already.
You did. You put it in.
I'm like over that hump, because I feel bad for
anybody starting
now. Like, you're starting in probably the worst time ever, yo. Like, it's tough. You know, I'm looking for ways to just kind of like, you know, I'm always gonna rap, but like I don't know, I find more passion now in creating content. That's my new passion now.
Yeah.
Like creating skits, I have fun
too.
again. Like music used to, like creating a dope rhyme to me used to be fun, you know?
But now it's like,
Now it's a job. People pay, like if I do a feature or something, I did a feature the other day for some kid in Belgium. You know, I'll do it, you know, and I still got it. It's like riding a bike. It doesn't go nowhere, you know? So it's just a skill set that I have now that I'm always gonna have, and it's not gonna go anywhere, you know?
yeah. So how have industry relationships changed how people approach you?
Well, it's giving me the power to just be able to, you know, do business with, you know, as many people as possible that are up and coming, and other people in the industry too that see me doing business. They feel safe doing business with me because I'm taking care of business the right way. So,
Well, how did you learn how to do business like this?
just doing it for myself, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't go? Did you ever go to college or study
No.
this? Nothing.
No,
So, but you finished high school,
I did.
and then you just got straight into music.
Basically, yeah.
That's so dope. So, do women treat you differently because you're an artist, or because you're an influencer and you're like a public figure?
Sometimes, yeah.
How does that feel? How does that make you feel?
I don't know. I'm picky, so
You're picky.
yeah.
In what way?
Like I could tell when it's because of that, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever dated someone because it made sense for the brand?
I
mean, I know you did a lot. Was Love and Hip Hop for the brand? Was that for the brand?
That was for the brand.
That was a long time ago, but I
Yeah.
remember it. It's crazy because I watched that episode, but I didn't know who you were then. So I'm like watching. I'm like, what? This poor guy. He's there. The girl's running out. What's going on here? What was that? Was that for branding, for business, or was that a real relationship?
Well, you know what happened was
Do people ask you this all the time?
a couple times. Yeah, it's one of the most viral episodes from that season. I met Carly at this gala in at Ohika Castle. I think they have one every year. I'm not sure if you've ever been to it.
I've never been. I always get invited, but I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I don't want
Yeah.
to go. I see the same people going all the time. But
Yeah.
maybe I should have went back then, but I don't want to go now. But yeah.
I mean, I went to that one. I went to was like I don't know, like what, 3 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
I don't even know how long, but that's where I met her at. You know, we was all dressed nice. It was a tuxedo event. I didn't know who she was at first.
You just thought she was cute.
No, I didn't. I was just I caught her looking at me, and Michael Blackson's wife came up to me and was like, "My friend wants to meet you," and she just walked me over there to her, and then she introduced herself. But I knew she looked familiar, but I just couldn't pinpoint who she was. But we just started talking throughout that whole night, and we kind of just stayed glued that whole night together. And as we stayed glued together, a lot of people came up to her and kept asking her to take pictures. I was with Vado. Me and Vado went together, so I had separated from him. And this Biscuit was there that night too, and they was looking for me. So I was tucked away with her in a table somewhere. And then when Vado came up to her, he said, "What's up to her?" He said, "Yo, what's up, Carly?" And I leaned over and asked Vado. I'm like, so she was taking a picture. I'm like, "Yo, who the fuck is this?" He's like, "Yo."
I'm taking pictures of this girl. I don't know who
This is
she
Carly
is.
from I Love Hip Hop or whatever. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, oh, I bet. I ain't think nothing of it, you know. We exchanged phone numbers that day, and then we kind of like prematurely started dating a little bit, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Off screen.
off screen, and
Yeah.
then it became an on screen situation.
Yeah, because we went out. I took out to dinner at Tao one night, and in New York, and we had busy schedules, so we was always trying to catch each other, you know. And I played it cool. I never asked her to be on the show. She asked me to be on the show, so that's how that happened.
Perfect fit. Perfect fit. Did you like that experience doing reality TV, and would you do it again?
Yeah, that shit's dope.
Would you do a reality TV show about your life right now?
Hell yeah.
All right. We're going to get it started.
Yeah, hell yeah. My life is lit if you really put the camera on it. I wish I had a camera crew to follow me
I'm
around.
in the close friends. I see how lit it is. All right, so now we're going to get into the real spicy section of the show. This is the segment where I, ask you spicy questions, and we're going to get into it. A quick chisme in 60. You ready? Take your, get inebriated, because I need you to answer these questions.
I think it's amazing, actually.
Yes. So, better lyricist, Jadakiss or Benny?
Wow, man. You do that to me? They're both my friends.
That's what we do here.
I gotta give it to Kiss.
100%.
Me and Benny look up to him. So.
Yeah. No, and they're both very great lyricists.
Yeah. Benny's a beast.
But Jadakiss has been top 5 dead or alive for years.
Some are saying top 2 now.
Top 2. Yeah. No. Right now.
He's transcending. They're saying.
No, he really is top 2 because the other ones they're either dead or they're not rapping.
The race is not over yet. So.
Yeah. Hardest studio presence.
Hardest studio presence?
Yeah.
Like who has the hardest studio presence?
Yeah, like who is... No, what's the hardest studio, like when you're
who's the artist that I've worked with that's giving me like the hardest presence?
The hardest time, yeah.
Like the hardest time or the hardest presence, like damn, this nigga killed it.
I mean, yeah, we could do both. Yeah, the hardest presence, who killed it and who was like, I really don't. He's a hard time, like he's difficult to work with.
Oh my God, there's so many of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna get into names.
They're not even worth mentioning.
But who has the hardest studio presence lyrically? Is it Jadakiss? Or like even with energy.
Out of all the in my list of features of songs that I've done with people, and that I've been in the studio while they laid down their verse, I probably have top 2 moments would be Kiss and Albie. Yeah, when I did the song with Albie, we recorded it in I think it was Quad. And Albie came in there he just came in here with his Albie energy.
Gorilla style, yeah.
So, yeah, that was dope. Man.
We love Albie.
Shout out to my
Albie.
dog, man. He's doing great, and I'm so happy for him, man.
Yeah. What's the most toxic song that you ever wrote?
Well,
and then you got to spit a little bar.
I don't remember it. That's the thing. It was so old.
It's so old, so you haven't made any toxic songs lately?
I wouldn't, no. I don't think, no. I haven't made no toxic songs like that, nah.
Have you ever sent a risky DM?
Man.
A lot? Too many?
Get in trouble for that all the time.
Get a drink. Take a drink. Industry women, are they intimidating or predictable?
I like to make money with them. I don't like to date them.
Yeah.
So, for me, I wouldn't know.
Have you ever lied in a lyric?
No.
Have you written a song about a woman in your life, like a real woman in your life?
Yeah.
A few? Or one? Or is there a specific
I think all the women I talk about are probably the women's of my life, throughout my lifetime.
And we're going to get into it because, we're not done with the show just yet. This is just a small little segment, but we're going to get into your personal life a little bit.
Okay.
Has a woman ever been the reason that you've made your best music?
Probably this last album, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This last album was...
Well, you listened to it, right? You put
Yeah.
I have a lot of girl songs on. I was caught up with this one chick when I did that album.
All right, so that finishes up El Quick Chisme in 60. Just a little snippet because we're going to get into Tales After Dark in a little bit. But let's talk about fatherhood and balancing that with your career and being in this industry. You're always traveling. What's your relationship like with the mother of your child? Are you guys still together?
For the most part, it's good, for the most part.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And how do you balance fatherhood? Like, how does your son like what you do? Does he know that you're like this big viral sensation?
Yo, my son gets to enjoy all the perks of it. Like, he be around all these rappers regularly. He pull up to a Jim Jones video. Jim Jones will give him $100, I took him to go meet one of his favorite YouTubers, but I was only able to pull that off because I'm lit myself. So it was like, I'm like begging the YouTuber, like, yo, please, bro. My son,
I did that for my son
my son idolizes you, man. So you know, he does experience it. Like I seen a text message come from like this girl that he talks to. He's only 7 years old. And the girl was like, "You're so lucky you met Fulton, and you have Fulton's phone number." Because I have every now and then I'll FaceTime the YouTuber, put him on the phone. My son, he'll get amped. Like he'd be in school, like, yeah, I got. He told his mom. His mom told me the other day. She was like, "You know what this kid told me?" And he tell me this isn't you. She said, "Oh." She asked him, "How'd it go talking to Fulton the other day?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know, Mom. It's normal." And she's like, "What do you mean it's normal?" He's like, "Yeah, it's normal. I have his phone number." Like, you know, like.
That's so cute. Now, is your mom, does she, how, is your mom still with us?
Yeah, my mom's still around there.
She's still around. Mm-hmm. Do you take her out with you sometimes to party? How old is your mom? Was she a young mom?
My mom's older now. It depends, really. You know, I kind of see my mom when we get together all together as a family right now, you know?
For the holidays? She still lives in West New York?
Yeah, she still lives in West New York, yeah.
That's so dope. And so, when you think about Mesa, and like, what's the difference between Mesa the man and Mr. 100 Summers?
Mesa the man is really out every daily taking care of shit. Family, my son. You know, if there's no money outside, I'm with my son.
You like to cook?
I cook.
Why am I asking all these questions?
I do.
Yeah?
I do. I cook
all right,
really good.
He can cook. Can you clean? All right. Yeah, that's right. You said that. Well, now we're going to get into the marathon running and how you got into that. Because you said you were an athlete and you ran track when you were a kid.
I did. I ran track in high school.
So you were already prepared for this little
I wasn't prepared at all. No. I ran track in high school, but I never ran a marathon, you know?
What's the difference?
26 miles.
I used to run track too. I ran for St. Augustine's. You remember, Rachel? I ran track. I think I won 3rd place once. They used to make me eat mashed spaghettis. They said it makes you run fast. I'm like, it's getting me fat. Pasta for real?
Carb up.
So why did you want to start running? Why did you run the marathon?
Oh, well, we were formally invited. I was formally invited to start running with Nori. That's how that came about, and we just started casually running as friends, and then, you know, Nori spinned it and made us. So
Nori is another friend of yours.
Yeah.
So he got Nori, Jadakiss, Benny the Butcher, they're all his friends, guys.
So he invited us to go running, and it just spiraled out of like control. We started running races, and now it's like, you know, you train for a marathon, and you know, I took my body through this crazy training that I'd never done before in my life, and that was all last year, and now it's like a part of me now. It's hard for me to go back to who I was before the marathon.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's inspiring. That makes me want to kind of like do something similar. Now, I don't know about 26 miles, but my girl Juju, she is a marathon runner too. And I was so inspired by her doing. I'm like, wow, if she could do it, then why can't I do it?
You can definitely do it.
You know what I mean?
You don't got to start with a full marathon. You can start 3 miles. You start at your own pace. You know, take it little by little.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what does that race represent for you, like mentally?
I mean, it's one of the greatest achievements that you could do as a human being. Is especially the New York City. I got to run New York City. You know, we're one of the greatest rappers of hip hop history. You know, like Nori's one of the. It was an honor. So shout to him. Shout to the Run Champs. I'm always grateful for them. You know what I mean? So for me, it was dope. Not only just that, and then just that it was brutal though. Don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, all right, cool. It's done now. It's over with. But shit.
Would you do it again?
I would, but I would only do. I'm only interested in doing like Abbott World Majors, which is like these specific races, you know, that I'm gonna go after if I do go after them, which is Boston, New York, Chicago, Japan, Tokyo. And if you complete these 6, I think it's 6 or 7. If you complete these 6 or 7, you get an Abbott World Major medal, which is it's considered a lifetime achievement. So people take, yeah.
So that's your next goal? Is that your?
I mean, that's a lifetime achievement goal. So it's hard to get into these races. It's not like you could just sign up and get in. You know?
So how does that? Okay, so walk us through that.
So you can get in through a fundraiser. You can get in if your race time is like at a professional level under 3 hours, which that's crazy to do. I'm nowhere near that level. You know, I'm like at 5 hours I finished New York. You know, which is that's still considered a good time. But you know, you got the professional elite guys finishing in 2 hours. You know what I mean?
Do you treat music like a marathon training?
I think I'm treating the marathon like music now. I'll take the music hustle and I'm putting it into the running now. You know?
When you're most disciplined, are you more creative? When you're more disciplined?
Yeah.
So like, what does how does your day start? What does that look like, the discipline? Do you wake up early?
Yeah, I wake up first thing in the morning right now. Currently in this, right now in this moment, I wake up, I drive all the way to Westchester County. I get up with Kiss and we work out like at 7 in the morning with Giant and the bartenders, calisthenic strength training. Sometimes I might run over there, I might not, you know. Maybe after that, I go hang out with Kiss, we have breakfast, you know, talk about any moves that we gotta make, and then I go back to Jersey. If I gotta grab my son, I grab my son. And then I'm just working the shit out of my phone, you know, and my social media and just working all the time.
It's 24/7.
Yeah, it doesn't stop. Yeah.
Literally, people think that like you post, like when you're posting that you're like living your best life, but like we're posting because we have to
get it out the way.
But then we got to get right back to our other shit. So I get it. All right, well, now we're going to get into the really spicy segment, which is Tales After Dark. This is a segment I've been waiting for, and I hope you guys are too. All right? So Tales After Dark is a segment where we get a little bit more spicy. This is my thing. You know Christina used to do this? I do this.
Yo, you're right.
Christina
used
this.
to do this, right?
And I do this. It's tea. All right, so Tales After Dark. You ready?
Yeah.
What kind of woman inspires your best music, and do you fall in love fast?
I guess I don't know how to answer that.
Do women inspire your music?
I think.
And what kind of woman?
I think the women I date inspire my music. Yeah. I wouldn't say like just like any woman walking down the street. I don't really get the inspiration. I get the inspiration from actual experience.
From actual, like, you know, spending time with somebody and curating like a vibe, and then you can go out and write.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you fall in love fast?
If it's real, yeah.
Are you jealous?
Not anymore, no.
Are you monogamous?
What is that?
Are you loyal? Right? Do you cheat?
I have cheated.
And what, like, how did that make you feel?
Well, I learned that when I learned that ultimately it was tough. There's a lot of things in it and why, you know, there was a child in the middle, you know what I mean? It was my son's mother, you know what I mean? You don't know how to leave, neither you know how to leave, you know what I mean?
That's
the child,
that
right?
toxic shit.
Yeah, so like I'm sleeping in separate bedrooms, still trying to go outside and live a whole new life, and then, like, you know, if the, you know, what I know now, I would have just left, you know what I mean? I would have said, yo, look, it's not working, and I was always worried about my son, you know, what was gonna happen.
So you didn't want to leave.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. It's obviously that's my number one thing, you know what I mean? So.
Do you lust or love?
I don't know, man.
You can. This is a safe space. Do you lust more or do you love more? Or what do you prefer?
I don't know, you know, because I love women. I think women are the most beautiful thing on planet Earth, you know what I mean? So, and each and every one of them is different in their own way, you know?
Where did that admiration for women come from? Like, you know, because not a lot of men think all women are beautiful. Like, men will be like, nah, she ugly, she whack, she a little fat, or she too skinny, she ain't got no ass, she ain't got no... But you just said that you think all women are beautiful in their own way.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that.
Well, I think women have been oppressed for a long time, you know, with centuries. I think what you see now, the outbreak that's happening now with women, being provocative and being out there and all this, you know, all this, I don't know what it's going, I don't even know what agenda it is, 'cause I don't even know what to label it, but I do see like that us men, we're paying for whatever our grandfathers and our fathers did to our mothers and grandmothers. And now these girls that are out there are the daughters of that. And I say we because ultimately, you know, we got to pay for that price, right?
Do you feel like women are over-sexualized, or do you think that that's okay? Like to, like, you know, just be living your most, like...
I've learned to now, I don't know how to say this. I'm almost desensitized. What's the word?
Desensitized, yeah.
Yeah.
I hope that's the word.
I think that's the word.
We from Hudson County.
I'm almost numb to it now. You know, where I try to not to even think of
or judge.
Yeah, it doesn't. Because sometimes I try to make sense of it, but it's not up for me to make sense of it. You know what I mean?
What do you mean make sense of what? Of like why women are over sexualizing themselves?
Yeah. So
I mean, for some women, it's a sense of freedom.
Yeah.
And then some women just feel sexy.
And that's why, and that's the part. Yeah. That's how I try to look at it. Because if I do even try to entertain any other thoughts in my head of why, I think the negative thoughts will start creeping in. So what I try to do is embrace this new energy that the women are giving us without judgment. And I also, like I said, I understand that this is a result of multiple men in lifetimes letting down women constantly. And you know, like when you really think about it, I got lots, like I told you, I got a lot of females in my family and the women raised us. But when you really think about it, like, you know, women don't really start wars, you know what I mean? Women ain't the ones like, you know, killing people, dropping bombs on people, like...
No, but we sure as hell are the reason. No, I'm joking. No, but if you look back in history, some of the biggest wars started because of a woman or religion. You know what I mean? And I'm just keeping it real. I'm not saying that's the case now, but yeah.
But I feel like
I want to fight for our...
Nah, I feel like we fight too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
men do.
It's like, you know, it's like sometimes, you know, ego's good. And you got to know when to use it.
Do you deal with a lot of egotistical men in this industry when they look at you? Like, do you get that? Like people that want to be like try to act all macho and tough with you?
Yeah, not really, but you know, you get it every now and then. But again, if you're mentally mature, you know, then you can see past that, you know. I think it's time to let women run some things, really, to be honest with you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See, I like this.
Yeah.
I'm bringing all the guys that are pro-women to the show.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about them close friends stories, child. You go on a lot of dates. Tell us about, so, okay, you're recording the women and you're putting in close friends. Do they know they're being recorded?
They love it.
They love it. Yeah, they like the exposure. Mm-hmm. So, tell us about your date. So, you're like dating right now. You're having fun.
Yeah, I'm
living
single,
your
man.
Best life.
I'm single, yeah. I'm living my best life.
So, I mean, give us more info.
Well, I like adventures. Like, I like.
Are you sporadic?
I'm super sporadic.
Like, you'll be like, all right, be ready in 20 minutes. I'm coming up. We going to Cali for like a week. Are you that guy?
Yeah, I'm putting you on planes all day.
That's crazy. The girls love it. All right, so let's get into this. We're getting towards the end of the show. I really enjoyed having you here today, but let's talk about what your legacy is and what you want it to be. What do you want your legacy to be? In music, in business, and athletics. So we're going to go through all those three.
In music, in business, and athletic. In music, I feel like my legacy is solidified. All I really wanted when I first started doing music was to be the best person out of West New York, and I think I solidified that. So for me, that's why, like, the music, I'm kind of like...
You're over it.
Yeah, I'm over it.
Yeah,
already.
like you're ready to just... That was your creative, artistic side, but now you're...
Yeah, I want to get into movies. I want to do different shit now.
Okay, talk about it.
Yeah.
We got 2 film directors here.
Yeah.
We got Frank, we got DC, and they do movies.
Give me a role, man. I'm ready to work.
Yeah.
I got some good celebrities too. They down to work too. They just don't know how to talk to people and connect the dots. So let's just work.
Yeah, we're gonna work.
Yeah.
Marriage in the near future? Kids? More kids?
I don't know, man.
No more kids.
I would love to have like
a little girl.
I would love to have mad kids. I'll have 10 kids. I don't care. But the thing is, man, yo, it's a lot to raise a kid with somebody else.
A year.
Not even the money. It's not even so much the money. It's the person you choose to raise the child with.
That's true.
You feel me? Like that's
co-parenting is not easy.
Yeah, even though I co-parent pretty well, but you know, my son's mother, her head is harder than a concrete wall.
Is she Cuban too?
She's Cuban too, yeah. You know, and she has to get the last word. So me as an alpha, I done had to learn how to be like, you know, I went to court to fight for my son's rights and everything. You know, like you understand the system is crooked for us.
Well, no, I'm glad that you did that, because some men would have been like, man, I'm done.
You see me with my kid, I done ran up thousands of dollars. When you see me with him, just know I done ran up thousands of dollars on lawyers, different cases in family court, showing up, spending money that I could have spent on something else, start a whole new life over again, whole new apartment all by myself to show the courts I'm a stable father, and do that shit quick. Because the longer you take, the more time you don't got your kid. So luckily for me, the judge that I had at family court, you know, this is another thing too, you know, and this is for the women too. Like, you guys think you could just go and put cases on men for no reason, right? And try to take the judges, they really deal with cases where fathers are not there, where kids are being abused. So they can tell. They can tell when the father
is a good
person. They see right through that shit. And for the first time, that experience for me was when I saw how lopsided the system is. But then again, you know, I had all my shit in order, like immediately lawyered up, immediately filing motions, like I'm on it. So it's just like, it's not every day you see a black and brown father filing a motion and fighting. Yo, I want to see my kid. I want more rights. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's a big deal. Everybody clap it up. Yeah, no, I'm a big believer. Like, if you don't have to go that route, don't go that route for women. Like, try to work it with the father of your kids. Because me and my son's father, we co-parent. And we had babies at a young age. And we went through it all, like arguments, trying to be on the same page. But I never once said, I'm going to take you to child support. Or I never did that.
Yeah, I'm not on child support.
Or because you were fighting for your rights.
I was fighting for rights, but don't.
But women will try to put the man on child support or take full custody just because y'all don't see eye to eye. And that's wrong. Yeah. Like, let your kids see the dad. If he's a good fit father and he is able to, please let your child hang out with the dad. Like,
because it's all a money grab. Really, what you think you're doing harm by dragging the father through family court. Both lawyers is getting us for money. They getting your money, they getting my money. The prosecutors, they don't care. You know what I mean? And maybe if you get a good judge, the judge really cares about what's happening in the situation. And I think my son's mother, she learned that after the experience was over, because it was a nightmare for her. Mm-hmm. Once she got in it, she was dying for it to be over. Right. You know what I mean? Like, she was like, yo, this nigga's not.
He's not letting up.
He's not. No. She was like, this nigga's not a criminal like that you gotta like. You know, but you don't know that once you go to the court with whatever situation, it ain't up to you no more.
Yeah.
The court's involved. They decide now. They put the stipulations. You know.
And if they feel like both of y'all ain't fit, they'll take the kid and they'll put the kid in the system. Yeah. And that's what you don't want.
I went from being in my son's life, from the first person he heard when he was born was me. He came out his mother's womb. He was still in the sack. He was sleeping. The water never broke. We had an emergency C-section. So when they say baby born, they say the time, but I don't hear no cries or nothing because I'm still with his mom over the blanket size. Because I'm looking at that shit look crazy. Much respect to women, and you couldn't pay me to get pregnant or give birth. That was crazy what I saw. Yeah. You know what I mean? But
imagine doing it twice or 3 times or 9 times like my grandma.
Shout to you for that. That's a fact. And then, you know, finally when they cut the water open, they slap him in the butt. He finally cries, wake up. I'm right there. I remember we spoke about this. Yo, when the baby's born and they take him to the other room, are you gonna stay with me or are you gonna go with the baby? I'm like, nah, I'm gonna stay with you. I told my son's mother, I'm gonna stay with you. When that baby was born and they took him out that room, I was like, yo, you good?
All right, I'm going over here.
She's all dozed out. I'm like, yo, you good? They gonna show you. I'm going with little man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've been with my son since that moment. So on August 20th, 2003 years ago, right? What did we in? 26. So 23. 23 was when they removed me from my son's life, and they put me from. I went from seeing my son every day to only seeing him for 6 hours on once a week on Saturday. You know what I mean? Out of nowhere.
That's crazy.
And my lawyer was like, yo, whoever filed this on you, like, they must have begged the person to give you child rights, because usually once they file this on you, you're done. They can't, another thing too is that I got in trouble for an argument. We were having a bad argument. Nothing ever turned physical. I've never put my hands on right? But that argument was used against me to remove me from the house. You know what I mean? So I went through that, and it was I went from like having my son with me all these years to boom, I'm in my sister's house.
That's insane.
You know what I mean?
That's
and
crazy.
An air mattress, like crazy.
Damn.
And like, yo, you can't see. And I'm the anxiety, the desperation of like, yo, I can't see my kid. What you mean I can't see my kid? So, I feel like, like, take it from me. Like, just try to figure it out amongst yourselves. And at the end of the day, it's kind of what I'm doing now. We figured it out anyways, without the courts, without everything, and everything's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, if I would have known before, like I said, I would have probably just left before. You know what I mean?
Well, kudos to you for being an amazing father, an amazing co-parent, amazing, just human. I like your energy online. You always spread positivity. And that's rare in hip-hop culture. Not that it's rare. It's not rare. People always spread positivity. But, the younger generation, they want to act all hard. And I love that you, as a leader, as a pioneer in this industry, you're leading in a positive way. So if you could tell your youngest self anything today, what would you tell him?
Be careful who you accept help from. Some people will help you along the way to then later on just say they helped you.
That's a fact. Oh my God.
And if I would have known that a lot of the guys from my neighborhood were just helping me out to then later on fuck me over later, I would have been like, yo, don't help me, I'm good.
Right. Period.
Figure it out on my own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, why are you gonna help and then throw that in my face?
Yeah.
Like, don't do that.
So
what's something that you want your son to take away from your legacy?
I want him to know that anything is possible and that he got to work hard to get it no matter what. So when I was training for the marathon, it was real important for him for like I said, me and his mother have a great relationship now. I'll go park my car in West New York, he'll see me park my car at the house. I'll go train, go run 20 miles, come back to the house. He's watching me limp up the stairs. So I'm kind of like showing him what it takes. I don't feel like it's clicked yet because he's only 7, and I'm hoping one day he sees that. He picks that up.
They're sponges at this age. So you doing all that now, it's going to trickle into his later years, and he's going to be like, I remember when my dad used to come up the stairs limping from marathon running, like, just like you remember those times from your mom working hard. He's going to do the same.
Yeah, God willing. Yeah.
So let the viewers know where they could find you, where they could follow you, everything. I had such a great time with you today.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. I was a little hot and sweaty.
You and the Avengers.
Me and the Avengers. Yes, and shout out to my team. Okay, let me just say this. Shout out to Frank. Shout out to DC, Relentless Media, Rachel, Isha, Ox, Cash, everybody. Shout out
makeup,
to Tristan.
Whoever did your makeup.
I did my makeup.
Okay.
I did my makeup. Oh, London. He styled me. All these looks, I'm styled. And who else? What? Girl. Oh, and my hair. Sergio, baby, I love you. Thank you for coming to my house at 7 a.m. today. Because I'm crazy and I call you last minute. But te quiero mucho. And shout out to Tristan Webster over at Lucy's. He's the executive producer of the movie Lucy's, which is out on Tubi, so make sure you guys check that out. That's a wrap, y'all. Thank you for coming to Tales of a Latina.
Thank you for having me, y'all.
And yes, okay, so that's pretty much it. That wraps up season that's season 3.
Season 9? Episode 9.
Your ex-nigga set the bar, make it harder for the next nigga. I remember all the times you front. Now you send passengers, time we sunk. Every city, every island, every end of the month. Spend it like we got it, we gon' do what we want. Talking about this money, she be getting it too. I look good doing me, but I